Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 41 of Guess the Trade. Back in episode 40, we looked at two new loadouts, and the first one was Casey Donahue. He had that Milwaukee pack-out structured backpack. We hadn't seen one of those before, I don't think. Lots of really great tools inside of there, a lot of Milwaukee tools. And if you remember right, he said, I don't think anybody's going to pretty much guess what it is that I do. I don't think anybody hit it like specifically on the head, but he said he was a dialysis biomedical technician. And basically, he said he works on a range of medical equipment. That's why he had some plumbing tools, also some electric tools. But that's what he did with that. Again, I don't know that anybody kind of guessed that. I was thinking some people might have guessed something about along the lines of his tools looked like they had to be something along for medical equipment or some sort of equipment. So somebody kind of got close to it if I remember right. But good guesses on that. Appreciate all that. The second one that we looked at was David Morris. He had a Tech MCT blackout with lots of really nice tools, some electrical and plumbing tools included in there as well, as you can see. So what was it that he did with those tools? He said that he was a maintenance technician for a senior living facility, so works on several different things around that facility. I think he said something along the lines, there was 120 something units, 2 commercial kitchens, all those kinds of things like that. So that's what he did with his tools. And again, I appreciate both David and Casey for sending those in. And that was episode 40. Episode 41 is going to be a reload. So that's where we look at somebody that we've already looked at their loadout once before. We've already guessed what it is that they do, all those kinds of things. But they've got a new loadout, a new setup, a new something that we can look at. And I think we can still learn the same thing from looking at somebody we've already looked at before as we can for somebody that we haven't. We're still going to look at their bag, see how it's loaded out, maybe see some tools that we don't know what it is, all those kinds of things. And the reload for today is Lockhammer. He was back in episode 4, and he was a locksmith and also a security hardware installer. So that's what he does with his trade. We also looked at him in another reload as far as he had his garage loadout where we looked at his workbench and all those things like that. Super nice setup right there. Well, today he's got a Tech MCT blackout, and he called this bag, I'm going to put up what he sent me with his email. He said it was a Morgan's Fault bag, so just like Gusty Oinker said, one of his bags was a Morgan's Fault bag. He's saying the same thing. Of course, this one is an actual bag that I carry, and you're going to notice a lot of the tools that we're going to look at today are similar ones that I carry all the time as well. He did say that this is kind of his around-the-house bag, and that most of the tools that are in it are kind of new. He kind of set it up just to use for around his house, and then also when he goes and helps out his elderly neighbors. So that's what we're going to look at as we look into his Tech MCT blackout, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So we're going to start out with the outside of his bag. Again, it is a Tech MCT blackout. He also has a Holstery Joey pouch clipped onto one of his small pouches. Again, very good use for those small pouches is figure out some way to clip something onto them. Very hard to put stuff in them. I think that's not a Big Joey. I think that's the original, but it is that newer version. I actually prefer the newer versions over the original, but they're both good. Also has some kind of a larger net cleaning cloth over here, Milwaukee tether on this side. Also running a small Cobra and pliers wrench. I like how he's got those in that pocket. That's kind of a quick grab for the 2 pliers maybe you're going to use the most. And then he's also got, looks like a Tough Built, I think, holster right there in that other pocket. So we'll go on to the next picture. Yeah, so he's showing you here that he's clipping on his drill holster onto there if he's going to carry his M12 drill or M12 impact right there. So he's using a Tough Built clip for that. That's what he's putting on there. And then here he's showing you he can also clip on this pouch. So maybe he's got something where he needs chalk shot, Sharpies, Inkzall, scissors. Can't tell exactly what's going on for sure back there in the back. He's also got a blue fast cap and then also another small tape measure over here on this side, it looks like. So again, he's using those clips or those small pockets on your Vito Tech MCT bag, which are utterly useless as far as to put anything in them other than maybe a Band-Aid or something like that, small fuses, maybe some batteries. But I typically have always ran my MP1 or my MP2X kind of in the same way that he does these Tough Built pouches right here. It's basically a good spot for you to put that belt clip into that, and then if you need to carry more tools with you, you can use your extra pouch and carry it in that way. So he's doing with the Tough Built the same exact thing that I've always done with my MP pouches. But we'll go to the next picture. Here he's showing on his zipper, looks like he's got an air tag, so that way if someone steals it, they know to cut that off and to know that they need to get rid of that, or he's maybe using it for himself so that he can know, hey, where's my tool bag? It's somewhere around here. I'm going to go find it type thing. Also on this side, he's got, again, Pica 3030 Inkzall, small flashlight. Now, we saw those in his pouches, but again, maybe he carries this bag sometimes, doesn't throw those pouches on. He's going to need those things in this tool bag as well. As I've always said, if you run multiple bags, sometimes you got doubles of stuff. So that side. So here's the other side of the bag. Looks like he's got the Railer mag mat. I really like that. That's really nice tool right there. A really nice, I don't know if you want to call it a tool, but a nice accessory. Here is a glove hanger with some Milwaukee cut level 1s. Auto lock Milwaukee 16-foot tape. Looks like he's got it clipped onto something. I can't tell what that is yet, but he's got a Spider tool holster up there too, and looks like a battery holder. So he's got something going on there with that Milwaukee tape measure. Maybe we'll see that in a minute. Yeah, here it is with the tape measure gone. So it is a Chameleon's what I've always called that. I don't know what the actual, I don't know if you call it Chameleon or whatever. I call it Chameleon. I don't know what the actual, again, I don't know how you really pronounce it. But looks like it's some kind of a tape holder for that. And he's probably, I guess, modified the Milwaukee, or maybe the Milwaukee just fits in there like it is. But he's using that to hold his tape measure. So he's got that there. Going to the next picture, he's got the hide and drink little pocket protector. I've actually got one of these that I used to wear in my Saratoga vest. So again, all writing utensils and things like that. He's got another Pica 3030, a couple Inkzalls, different things. So maybe he carries this one sometimes and not the other one on the front. And I don't know, I guess he's got this clipped onto that Chameleon little clip as well. So he's got that there. Next picture. So this is a Railer bit rail with, looks like, some drill bits inside of it. That is inside that pocket. Let's see, that one right there, I believe, is what it looks like. So that's what he's got inside there. Over here's the other side. He's got a chalk shot and then also a Milwaukee fastback down inside the sides as well. Here's one side of the bag. So here we go. I think this is the what you would call the meter side of the bag typically. But he's got hammer, lights, vessel screwdriver, it looks like, some Knipex tools. I'm pretty sure he pulls these out. I did look for that. So we'll see them all here in a minute instead of me zooming in. Of course, his workbench is back there in the back. We've got a reload showing all that stuff. So just to give you an idea of how he's got it loaded out, that Milwaukee hammer looks like it fits in this bag pretty well. Actually, I think I know which one that is. I thought about getting it, but I really like a straight claw hammer because I mostly use my hammers for demo. So we'll go on to the next one. This is the other side of the bag. So he's got in there some Klein screwdrivers, lots of Klein screwdrivers. Looks like some Klein wrenches as well, and some pliers. Milwaukee trim square. Looks like maybe the 8-in-1 stubby down there. Klein non-contact voltage tester, some bits, and another Lights-All, a Joey Lights-All, whatever that is. I'm not sure what brand that is. Next picture. So here's the things that were on the outside of that bag a minute ago. It does look like, I don't think that's the original Milwaukee tape measure clip right there. So it looks like he either took one off of something, put it on the Milwaukee, or he shaved down the Milwaukee to make it work with that Chameleon clip. So he's got that there. But that's everything that was in that one side. We kind of saw that. Next picture, we've got a Klein voltage tester, also a Klein stripper, crimper, all those kinds of things, a bolt cutter, spring punch set, also the Klein adjustable wrenches. I've got those, haven't really put them into crazy good use yet. I got them back whenever they were on deal. I think I made a short about it. They had them on clearance a little while back where I got all three of them for basically cheaper than the price of the 2-pack of the, I think they had a 10, an 8, and a 6, or a 10, 8, and a 4. And I basically got it cheaper than the price that was the 6 and the 4 or whatever it was. But I picked those up. I haven't really used them a whole lot. Actually, I think they're sitting up here in my TP3B on the desk here. So I don't know for sure how good they really are. They seem like they're okay quality as far as this first glance anyways. But he's got those. Also some regular just dedicated Klein screwdrivers. Looks like the 27-in-1. Also the 14-in-1 adjustable. He's got the flip socket over here with the metric little sleeve as well off to the side. He's got that Klein little ratcheting thumb ratchet tool right there. I saw Milwaukee's got a new one of those coming out as well. There's his stubby, WD-40, smaller Klein screwdrivers. He also has the 8-in-1 ratchet type wrenches right there. I carry the smaller one in my SBLD all the time because that's the kind of stuff I typically run into. And then the bigger set is actually, you know, right here. I think these run $40 at Lowe's. I don't mind them. I think they're pretty good. I know some of the people who use Unistrut all the time, they didn't care for them. I carry the Gador ones in my truck, both pairs, but the little climb one with the 7/16 and all that stuff I run into pretty often, so I just keep it in my SBLD. It's nice to have 4 sizes, ratchet type wrench just built into my bag. Doesn't take up a lot of space, so I really like it. But he's got those. Also a couple bit holders, Malco, a couple bits, Klein non-contact voltage tester right there. Next picture here, so here's the outside of that other bag. I probably put these kind of in the wrong order, but he's got a couple Milwaukee tether type attachments, his air tag, his Joey pouch, his cleaning. I don't know if you want to call that a cloth. I'm not sure what you'd actually kind of call that there, but I'm sure that's what like a dust mop type thing. Tough built clip, and again, he's got his Cobras and his pliers wrench. Those look like they're probably maybe either the 125s or 150s right there that he's carrying there. Here's the other side. He's got the project calculator. I've got one of those I keep in my truck. I used to have the app. I bought the app of it on my Android phone, so I've got it on there all the time. But then whenever I switched over to iPhone, they make you pay it monthly on that, and I can't stand that. I'm not going to pay monthly for a calculator. I would rather just pay outright, you know, 30 bucks or whatever it is, and it's just mine. So I haven't put it back on my iPhone, so I went and bought the calculator and keep it in my truck. But those always do come in handy, so he's got one of those. The Vessel USB electric screwdriver, Knipex Cobras it looks like. Those actually might be the alligator style. A little blurry, I can't 100% tell. Also has the twin grips. Looks like maybe the Icon needle nose right there. Diagonals, another one of those lights. Small chisel, pipe reamer. Also, again, a lot of people carry this Milwaukee light in their bags, and it's super nice, so I understand why. Pika 3030, again, all these things are things, he's calling it Morgan's fault because most of these tools are all tools that I typically have. The Purdy scraper, fastback, longer Malco, Empire level. There's that Milwaukee hammer again. It's the 12-ounce one. It looks like it fits in this bag really nice. I just wish it had a straight claw hammer. That's why I ended up buying the Weehaw electrician's hammer. Kind of the same size, but it has that straight claw. That's what I was kind of looking for, but he's got that Milwaukee one there. Then he's also got that Milwaukee jab saw that takes the Sawzall blades. So I think that's the last one it is. So there's that part of his bag. We'll go back through these one more time. There's some more of his tools there. Here's the inside loadout wise, how they fit in there. And I think what you can get from him a lot, to me, is the outside of this bag. He is using it very well. You know, he's got a lot of ways that he can attach more things to get more use out of this bag, whether it's clipping on a clip of some kind, clipping on another pouch. He's taking advantage of them little pockets in a very good way, at least in my opinion. So there's the very first picture. But again, that's Lockhammer's MCT Blackout. Again, I can't say enough about that bag. It's probably, again, been my favorite bag so far that I've ever bought from Vito. And a lot of really good techniques there on how to attach more things, I think, to your bag, or to give you some ideas from that. So again, we already know what it is that he does. We even know what he uses this bag for. There's nothing really to guess, but you can still learn things from looking at a setup to see if, hey, maybe this one little thing that he does, I'm going to see if I can incorporate that into mine some way to help me become more efficient or whatever it might be. Or, again, maybe you saw some tools in there that you don't know what it is. If it is, comment down below. If I can't answer it, I'm sure he will, or somebody else will in the comments as well. But, again, hope this video was helpful. Hope it was useful in some way. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video.